Hello, and welcome to another edition of Monogamy to Open. I'm Dr. Rhoda. Today, as you can see, we have a different background. We are actually streaming instead of my home office or my other office. I'm actually at the kitchen counter, as many of us are now working from home. So you're getting a little different view today. And today, we're going to talk about how strong and healthy is the foundation of your relationship. Because when we start exploring the wide world of open relationships, it's very easy to focus on the fun and new things that we now get to explore that we've only fantasized about for years. And in this excitement of these new adventures, we often overlook many of the important pieces that we need to learn and improve about our existing relationship in order to make this dynamic work far more smoothly. There are many aspects that are important when starting this process. And one of the most important is taking some time to consider the strength and the health of the foundation of your existing relationship. Now, this is often overlooked as many of us do not want to examine our relationship foundation. We don't want to admit the places where we are weak or need improvement, both as individuals and as a couple. And yet, the lack of this honest assessment of the strengths and the weaknesses of our foundation put us at greater risk as we move forward. When you're making the change from a traditional monogamous relationship with all of the support of family, friends, the bulk of society, to any type of open relationship, it can be very stressful and much more stressful than we really realize. Plus, this change is going to shine a very bright spotlight on the foundation of your relationship with all of the strengths you are proud of and the weaknesses that you try to hide. And so, a lack of an honest assessment at the start of your journey can be the difference between a fun and joyful success or a painful train wreck. So let's talk briefly about some of the important aspects that you need to consider. First of all, think about what led you to make the decision to open your relationship. Was it equally mutual? Is one of you agreeable yet a bit anxious? Or is one of you deeply opposed to it yet feels pressured to comply? Is this designed to add more fun and adventure together? Or are you on the verge of divorce and you just want to avoid dealing with it? Also, are there any current unresolved issues in your relationship that need to be addressed? Are there conflicts about parenting, finances, career? Are there recent affairs that have not been fully resolved? Or are there any old unresolved issues from affairs that happened in past relationships that don't even involve this current partner? Because those unresolved issues can affect how well you do when you start into an open relationship. How well do you deal with conflict as a couple? And this is very important. When conflict arises, which of the three classic styles do you fall into? Do you turn towards each other and deal with it as a team? Do you turn against each other, blaming the other for the problem? Or do you turn away from each other and do not speak for days or even weeks and then avoid the issue altogether? Um, are there any type of unresolved abuse that's going on in the relationship, whether it be verbal and emotional abuse, physical abuse, or sexual abuse? And finally, as individuals, how strong is your confidence and your self esteem? Do either one of you struggle with insecurity, panic, and fear? Now, obviously, this is not a full list, but it gives you an idea of the areas to start thinking about in order to address. And while having some or even several of these issues does not mean you're going to fail at an open relationship, it does mean you need to be aware of them and address them early before they really start to cause a lot of problems. Those who ignore these cracks in their relationship foundation are going to find themselves having much more difficult time making the transition to an open relationship. Now, if you feel you need help with any of these areas, please feel free to reach out to me for help. You can email me at rhoda@drrhoda.com or set up a complimentary 30-minute consultation at www.calendly.com/Dr. Rhoda. Thanks so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.